Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today video is tasting my homebrew, which is a sour beer. It's the second sour beer I've brewed. Never really been into sour beers, and then last year I tasted a couple and I thought, wow, quite interesting. So I looked at the process as well of souring. For a home brewer, there's an easy way, which is using Lalleman's Philly sour yeast, which is brewing a beer as you would normally brew, and then adding the Philly sour yeast, which will then it encourages sourness. And I'm not too sure of all the technicalities of how it does it, but it brews it and it sours the beer as well, and it doesn't cause any infection to your equipment. There's no issues with it. The route I went was kettle sour. Because I've got small equipment, it's easy to do on my stove, within my kettle, and also I have separate equipment to fermenting, just in case. Well, I just don't want to carry any sort of sour infection over to any of my other beers, so I keep everything separate. I've got bottling equipment separate for it, so yeah, the whole thing I just keep separate. But the kettle is the same because it's boiling, so it's killing off any bacteria anyway. So this beer, I named it Malachite, not Malachite, Malachite. Some people might think it's Malachite, and it's because of the colour. That's the reason for the name. It's a key lime pie pastry sour. We entered this into my local homebrew club's competition, which was last Tuesday, and it was quite fortunate to be a really good community, that homebrew club, and the brewers absolutely brilliant. It really fantastic. Really, yeah, it's just great. The beers are better than commercial beers, and some of these beers that you're paying £5-6 a bottle for, honestly. The brew club beers, absolutely fantastic. And again, on Tuesday we had a fantastic wide selection of beers put in there. We had a mojito sour, which did what it says, just like a mojito. We had a raspberry sour, cranberry sour. It was brilliant. And then there was mine. There was peach sours. There was just all sorts of variety. And everyone puts effort in, and when you're tasting it, you just think these are really, really good, and you can tell the effort has gone into them. Anyway, back to this. So this is the key lime pie pastry sour, and it came third. So I was happy with that. I was happy with third. I didn't expect it to come third, especially after tasting all the beers on the night. I'm not saying it's a bad beer at all. Just you always criticise your own beer anyway. So let's get this into the glass. Then I'll tell you a little bit about the ingredients and process. Let's get it all in, I reckon. Stop there. So it's 3.5%. That's the drink in the glass there. 3.5%. I wish you could smell this, because it is, to me personally, it's got a really nice lime. It's also, that pastry part of it does come through as well. Yeah, definitely. Even it's like, as far as you can say, it's like a lemon meringue, but if you can imagine lime rather than the lemon, that's the aroma. Full on. Let's have a taste. So for me, I would have preferred that more sour than what it actually is. Really would have. It's there. It's got tartness. It's got slight sour. You can taste the lime. I can taste See, the thing is, when you brew beer, you know what you're looking for and what you can pick out, and I can definitely taste where I was going with the pastry part of this beer as well. So for me, it ticks the boxes for a key lime pie pastry sour, but it's not sour enough. Not for me, it's not sour enough. I will rebrew it, and I will try and drop that pH a little bit more, a little bit lower. I think the pH was 3.6 at the kettle souring, maybe a little bit lower. But it's a really nice, it's a nice beer. I'll definitely be rebrewing it. And I was pleased it came third. The winning beer was a 2-year-old sour, which was absolutely fantastic. Second was a stout, which was totally different again. And then came this key lime pie. But every beer, honestly, fantastic, absolutely. So, what went into this? What did I do? So, my grain bill was Pilsner, wheat malts, torrefied wheat, and some acid malt to drop that pH. Then it was you mash them grains, you get it up to a temperature, you then drop the temperature to about 36 degrees, 35 in that pan. Then what I did for my lacto, I added live plain yogurt. Put that in, and then measured the pH. It took, what did it take me? It took me about 48 hours in the kettle, that's souring down to a pH. The pH dropped to 3.6. Once it dropped to that, then I boiled the wort, did the brewing process, added lime zest, lime juice. There was 4 grams of a British hop Endeavour, which I did in at 15, because you're not really looking for anything from the hop really, just a bit of balance. And then it was brewed with my sourdough yeast, and then bottled, and then off to the competition. So, yeah, I could do a video on that if anybody's interested in kettle souring and how I did that. I've got no problem, I can do a video on that. But yeah, so really I just wanted to show the beer. Nice colour. Actually got a green hint. I can see like a greenish hint to that beer as well. 3.5%, like I said. There's not much more to say about that. Anything you want to say, comment below, and I'll surely answer questions. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.